And I apologize because, honey, did you level me up? Because I completely forgot.
I don't have access to your character sheet, but Alazan and I talked it through, and you're now a level 2 gnome. Congratulations.
Oh, yippee!
Uh,
Fun. That means I
oh,
can shoot between people's legs.
the compendium. Wait a minute.
A,
Full of luck.
a gnomish paladin. That's
Spells.
funny.
A gnomish paladin with a +2 helmet
Oh no.
that I can crack people in the nuts with.
Damn, rough.
Ranger.
Well,
Oh no. How Jacob.
Yes?
All of these are spells. There's too many spells.
Well, pick 2 that you like, and those are the ones you get.
Oh my gosh. There's no way I
Don't-
have access to all of these spells.
You don't have access to all of them. You know 2.
Well, how do I know which? Oh god. This is why I hate being
It's
a
a
spellcaster.
personal choice between you and your character. There's only like, what, 10 to 11?
1,000?
There's only 11 there.
What? Where?
In the link I sent you?
Where even there's- Oh, that link.
Were you just looking at the compendium at all spells?
Yes. And they're in alphabetical.
Yeah, that's not
And it's quite
that's not the
over.
way to go. I can imagine. Huh. Alright. So, before we get into anything, just so you know, I do have a mechanic that I use with that allows you to hack limbs off of creatures, or to damage something like wings. The creature won't be able to fly anymore. If a octopus monster grapples someone, you can hack off that tentacle to break the grapple. Basically, the way it works is that the limbs will have a portion of the creature's hit points. So like an octopus with 8 tentacles, each one might have an 1/8 of its full hit points, and hacking off a limb is going to take down its max HP as well, or its current HP. But if you do try to attack a limb like that, you do it at disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, so we can attack specific limbs, but we'll always be at disadvantage.
Well, if you also have advantage, they cancel out, and it'll be a normal attack, but it's based at a disadvantage attack.
Okay.
Because you're
creatures,
basically doing a called shot, right?
Yeah, basically. Some creatures hacking off a limb is effectively just taking down their normal hit points, because if you start telling me that you're going to go for the throat, the neck, hack off their head every time, then you're just going to need to take down their max hit points to 0, and you'll have succeeded. But just a heads up. No idea when that'll come up.
None.
Zero idea. All right. So you guys were just starting to ascend the staircase to the 2nd level. I imagine that you're going to do that now, or did you have any other plans, or rethink of anything?
No, I'm good.
Oh, I know what Cure Wounds does.
do we have a trap checker we're sending up first?
I'm not that kind of thief.
You were checking
Yeah, I
traps earlier. Traps.
Yeah, I'm just not that good at it.
Also, are you really that low in health?
Probably. I don't know. Am I? No.
Yeah.
I leveled up, but I leveled up. I was 3 points down, so I should be at 10 right now.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, I thought, didn't we? Oh, that's right. We took a long rest and then we had another combat. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah, he got chopped in half, or chomped on real hard after
Yes.
long
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah, remember, Tara? That was the whole thing of no bounty is worth this crap.
Right.
Okay. I'm just gonna
Sorry.
put yourselves on the staircase how you want to go up. Like in what order you want to head upstairs?
Tara, are you gonna just follow me?
I'm either gonna follow you or unless you want me to go first
Yeah.
because,
I was thinking Tara
Tank.
maybe should go first, or Althea.
yeah.
All right.
Just remember, all I can see is Louisiana swamp right now.
That's some
Yep.
pretty far vision.
Yeah.
Excuse me. She's on a staircase in a snake chapel, and she's looking at Louisiana.
Yep.
Snake check.
Snake chapel.
All right.
Snake chapel.
As you
Go.
continue up the staircase, you notice that the carpet of snakes is quite thick, thicker than the other areas in the temple as well as outside.
Okay.
Okay, I'm taking a moment to actually light a torch.
I'm casting
Okay.
St. Patrick's Bane and chasing them
Oh,
all out of Ireland.
You're gonna have a torch in hand. You have
Yes,
the bolt
torch and-
still that you have light on, but you want to cast a.
Oh, I do still
Yeah.
have the bolt?
Yep.
Okay. I was just thinking fire might actually do damage to things if I need to use it.
Yeah, I mean you can always.
I have
Yeah. You can have both.
Okay. Well, but I need to.
Have hands
I need to be
free
able to use
for
the halberd,
halberding.
which is 2 hands. So yeah. So I'm gonna like I'll stick the glowing bolt in my shoulder pauldron and let it just cast light.
But no torch.
No torch.
Okay.
I didn't realize I still had the bolt, so that's. And if
Yeah.
anybody else heard Doctor Who and Captain Jack Harkness, I apologize. That was my text message.
No one heard it.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
You head up the stairs, and as you get to the top of the stairs, you realize that you're entering just one big room, which
Okay.
seems to take up the entire second floor.
Okay. I'm going to use.
Okay.
I'm going to roll stealth to hide behind Althea
Okay.
because that's what I do.
Where did we go?
Among
Can I see anything with the dark vision, or is the dark vision nullified by the bolt?
Oh Lord.
you can see things. So,
Can.
aside from the many small snakes, you see 3 of the much larger ones that are
Okay.
among the piles of small snakes. There's
Okay.
also one of the snake-like men creatures. And
Okay.
it's I don't know if I should standing is, for lack of a better word, standing next to what looks like a human female. And then there's a suit of armor that's just stood stock still near one of the corners
Yeah, I don't like
of the
that.
room.
Okay.
Yeah, I
so,
wanna- I wanna-
so we're looking at likely a suit full of goo. And I take a step back from being able to see all of this to relay it to the people behind.
Sure.
Jaxar, if you have any magic missile left, this would be probably an ideal time. I mean, if we can come on up here and let's get some of the casting stuff, and then I'll
let
engage
me-
in melee.
Let me take my shot.
So
Okay.
as you crest the top of the stairs and come out onto this floor, the woman will speak to you.
The what?
Oh, okay. The woman's going to speak
ma'am.
to me.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Okay,
Have
finally.
you been talking again?
Yeah, I kept doing voice checks and nobody could hear me, but I don't know why. So I had to disconnect real quick.
Yeah, we got you now, man.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Were you able to hear us?
Althea, I could pop up there and do some missile damage.
Okay.
So
But this woman is speaking to me. What is she saying?
she says, "Trespasser, you've desecrated this temple."
While she's talking,
Leave.
I want to take a sneak attack shot right in the head.
Okay.
That's why I
Alright.
hide. So let's see.
Go ahead. I guess that's gonna be initiative then.
No? Let's see.
Initiative. That was a bad roll. Initiative.
No. For sneak attack, there we go. There's a 16 to hit.
Are
Don't know
you
if that hits.
throwing your short sword at her?
Oh, sorry, wrong one. Wrong one. Yes, I'm throwing a short sword apparently because
Have at thee.
I'm rolling the wrong thing. Shit. Never
I
mind.
gotta say that would be quite surprising.
What a hit too.
All right. So
Yeah.
I guess I should
Yeah.
roll
Right back at you.
Althea's.
All right.
All right. Althea got a 13, putting her near the bottom of the list, but they'll put that in a bit.
Not surprising. This is where I live.
It's okay. You're in good company because Gwen's down there too, hanging out.
Rude. But also
Well,
accurate.
you're surveying.
Yeah, that's right. I am also trying to figure
So
out
the
how
woman says, "Ah," and
So I
directs
guess-
her snakes to attack you.
So I guess I missed.
Yes, you missed.
Okay, cool.
And it will be Havlock's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try another shot at her.
click and
Okay.
drag.
This time I'm not gonna throw the short sword at her. There we
Perfect.
go.
That will hit.
Oh boy.
Snake attack damage,
This one?
and the short sword damage, and the
Whoa,
damage?
my character sheet disappeared. How do I click and drag this?
All right, let me take a look. Okay, so at the top, you know that cog you clicked that you weren't supposed to that one time? It's right next to it says spells, and that's how, if you click over to core, it'll go back to your character. There you go.
No, it's not working. It's fine. I don't want to interrupt the game. Go ahead.
All right. All right, that's a solid hit. Now, why were you getting sneak attack this time? Because she definitely knows you're there now.
because I'm hiding. I'm hidden.
The first shot would have been at the sneak attack because you were hitting, but once you fired, she definitely spotted you.
Oh, okay. Then okay. Let's see. How far away is she?
35 feet.
Okay. All right, so yeah, so I apologize and obviously ignore the sneak attack damage.
Okay. Do you move or do anything else? No, you have a neat second level building now.
Yep, I'm gonna move way over here.
Okay. Oh, and the way that the stairs work is that there's no like railing or like a wall there. No, it's just straight onto the floor. So from this spot, like they'd have to fall down into the staircase if they came that way.
Okay, so
But that'll make
Althea's at the top of the stairs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then I went
Yes.
the wrong way. I was supposed to be over here. My mistake.
Okay. Yep. So stairs, the way I do it on the thing is the thinner portion, the thinner gray portion, will always be the bottom,
Thank you.
and that'll make it Jaxar's turn.
Let's see. See? One. And I will shoot lay missile. What's this snake?
Several missiles?
Several missiles.
All of the missiles.
I mean, he said lay. That implies a plural.
It is a plural. All three of them. Where are they going towards?
Closest snake. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, 30 feet away to the left.
All right, all three smash into it. It looks very sad now.
Very
And
sad snake.
I'll stay here.
Okay. So then the big snake that you just missiled will slither over. One slithers up to Althea,
Ah.
and one slithers down onto the stairs behind Gwen.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, that happened.
No.
It's a thing.
So the one that slithered up to Jaxar tries to coil him in a grip of scales and does not. The one next to Gwen, however, will.
Did any of them, in passing me, provoke?
No. So Jaxar rushed out ahead of you. So the one that went up to him didn't get close to you, and the one that got to Gwen came from behind.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. So the one that on Gwen will begin to crush her and deal 9 points of damage.
Jesus.
And you are now grappled.
9, Jacob? I just got
That
here.
is correct. Well, you got that new spell now, so. Alright. The one that slithered up to Althea gets to her, but is not able to attack because it had to dash. And that'll make it Althea's turn. There's one standing right next to you. There's one 15 feet south of you. That's the one that attacked Jaxar. And then the one that attacked Gwen is about 15 feet behind you. So the one that's right next to you is the only one in range right now.
All right.
Unless you wanted to move.
Punch in the snake nuggets.
I am going to do my best to beat the ever-loving holy hell out of it with my halberd. Do I get some level 2 now? What does that mean in terms of actions, bonus actions?
You didn't get any new bonus action abilities, but you do now have Divine Smite, which allows you to trade spell slots for damage.
Right.
And you also, in Tara, you also have the fighting style of defense, which gives you an extra AC point.
Yeah, so your AC is 17.
Okay. This is a good thing. Okay.
Yes.
So let's see. I'm trying to remember how many HP these bloody snakes have.
A lot.
Let's go ahead and use the Divine Smite.
Okay. So you do that when you hit. So you're attacking the one next to you with the halberd.
So yes, I'm going after the one next to me with my halberd.
All right. I rolled a 10 for you. So that will miss.
That will miss. Then I'm not using the Divine Smite. I'm not using it unless I actually hit.
Right.
Crap. Oh, jeez. I don't have disengage as but that's an action anyway.
Yes.
All right. I guess I'm just staying here.
Darn. The snake lady, the snake man and the lady are now going. The snake man will slither towards the group. He's armed with a sword. The lady will move back into the shadows of the room. It's a pretty big room. The light from the bolt doesn't cover it entirely. Let's see, because it's about 60 feet across. And you're on the staircase opened up into one of the corners. Looks like she's out of view of pretty much everyone right now. You hear her say, constrict, and all of the little snakes that have been crawling on the floor begin to surge up around your legs and are trying to hold you all in place.
Great.
That sounds like
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
So Let me just do a quick check for each of you, starting. The first roll is going to be Gwen, and then moving down from north to south. So everyone but Hal is now grappled by the snakes in the floor.
Wait a minute. So I'm double grappled?
Well, there's no double grapple, but
It's like double secret probation or double
Yeah.
double red alert.
Double secret.
and
Wow.
that brings us to.
Okay, so what can I do?
So you can try to escape the grapple. You can cast one of your new spells. You can attack. Really, all grapple does is make your movement 0. If you attack with the bow against something that's adjacent, you do it at disadvantage.
I'm not gonna attack with a bow.
I didn't add his.
Doesn't
Okay.
casting a spell, do I have to cast it defensively?
Nope. No attack with opportunity for casting spells.
Well, I suppose
So you can.
as long as it's this or dying, can I make, so can I use my hunter's mark on this snake?
Yep. It'll be denoted by a red mark.
A giant bobbing yellow arrow.
Can I reach down into my boot and stab it with my dagger?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well that's what I'm gonna try. Which means I gotta do this.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that would hit.
I should hope so. It's like right next to me.
All right, so 7 from the dagger, and then a D6 for hunter's mark.
Oh right. D6.
All right, that's a pretty good stab. And that'll make it Havlock's turn.
Okay, I'm going to go after the one that's got the hunter's mark on it
Okay.
because it's bright and shiny. I'm gonna throw my short sword at it.
Cool.
I would have done better if I'd actually thrown my short sword at it.
Possibly.
That was a crappiest roll of all the crappy rolls.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Yep.
Through. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your turn.
Okay, I'm going to move here.
Okay. So through that first round, you notice that the suit of armor has stood stock still and hasn't made any movement at all from what you can. And that'll make it Jackson.
Gosh. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do another mage missile. So one's gonna go to this snake right beside. Oh, I'm freaking clinched, aren't I?
You're grappled, but all that means is you can't move. Your speed is currently 0.
I still cast spells.
Yep. They're
Then
just
I will-
holding your feet in place. They're not grappling on your hand.
Then I'm gonna cast one mage missile to the one that's holding me, and 2 to the one that's up and to the left 10 feet.
Okay. Oh, nice. So that one had 3 hit points, so it is now dead. That's good. And 2 slam into the one next to Althea, bringing it down to, looks like, just about half its health remaining. So
I will move.
you are still grappled. You're being grappled by snakes on the ground, the little ones, not the big snake.
Okay. Okay, then I guess I'll stay put.
All right. And then I'll make it the big snake's turns. The one that is next to Althea will now try to grapple her, but is going to fail because she has 1 extra AC now. And the one constricting Gwen is going to continue to constrict her. Oh, never mind. He slips.
It's a little snake hug.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
And that'll bring us to Althea. So the one that is next to you is still alive. It's at about half its health. And the one that it was next to Gwen has been damaged quite a bit. It's down to about a quarter of its health. The one next to Jaxar is now dead. You got a snake man slithering up towards you. It's about 15 feet away. And the woman has retreated into the shadows of the room and is not visible to you.
Okay, I'm still going after the one that's closest. Since the little snakes have my feet to the floor.
Yep. Okay then. Halberd attack?
Yes, please.
Jesus. So I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
And I'm right behind you. Let's see if it kills me.
Wow.
As you pull back, ready to strike, you feel
If Mom wakes up and comes back, can you tell me?
Hmm?
Okay. It's not.
But I feel, as I pull back to strike, I feel what?
No, I was kidding. Because
You feel it lodge in my gut.
Right.
No!
All right. You hear from the corner of the room, the lady says to me, and you watch as the snakes that had been grabbing your legs begin to move off and stream in towards that corner where she was.
Creepy.
And it is Gwen's turn, so no one is grappled now.
I mean, I think I'm still grappled.
Are the
Oh,
the big snakes? Did the big snakes, the 2 big snakes go as well?
They did. One, they both missed. The snake man that was near you has now slithered up to you and is attacking you with its sword. And will hit.
Okay, and
Wait a
but
minute.
the other.
It's my turn.
Hang on.
Yeah. Oh, Yeah, I'm sorry. This is happening before your turn. I messed up.
Okay.
It's supposed to go with the woman.
Oh, I was trying to find out if the one slithering away from me provoked or not.
None slithered away. Oh, so like the little ones?
The giant one.
Yep, the giant one did not move away from you. Just the little guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I that's what I was trying to ask. Okay. Thank you.
Tell wants to be your friend.
So the snake man slithers up to you and stabs you with a short sword. And
God.
I rolled a 6, so it deals 7 damage, bringing you down to 13. Now it's Gwen's turn. No enemies that I've forgotten this time, so.
Okay, so it's not moving away from me, so I still just am gonna stab it with my dagger.
Yep.
Or die trying.
Yeah, that will miss. Are you gonna stay there?
It's still grappling me, isn't it?
Yes.
So
I forgot about that.
Then,
Correct.
yeah.
Yep. Smart. All right, then that'll make it Havlock.
Okay, I'm gonna try for the one that's grappling Gwen one more time.
Okay.
Do something useful. That's useful.
That'll hit.
Okay. And since it is within threat square of her, I get an extra die 6.
Yep.
To my attack, which is why I will be rolling the sneak attack damage because it's 1d6.
Yep.
So let's see, we got short bow. Ooh, nice damage.
Oh yeah, that'll bring it down. All right, now Gwen's not.
And your snake deflates.
Yay! Thank you.
Yep. And I will move here.
Okay. Havlock moves down south to the corner of the room,
Mhm.
making it Jacksar's turn.
Right.
Don't know what you just said, man.
Oh, I was deciding on what to do. I don't really want to
Oh.
use my last spell. Level 1 spell,
You should be
so
at zero remaining for the day because you used one the last session and then you used two this session.
oh, you're right. Okay, so I'll have to use my cantrips. Conjure, am I allowed to say what it is?
I think so. Let me let that spell.
Summon creature. Oh, okay, yeah. I want to summon a dragon.
So it has to be a challenge rating creature of 1/8, and I don't believe there are any dragons of that challenge rating.
I'm not
Summon a
exactly
mongoose.
sure what that means.
Get a mongoose.
So
But I'll trust you.
Seriously, get a mongoose.
but each monster has a
Summon
challenge
Ricky
rating,
Tikki Tavi.
and it's based on the power level of the creature. And in the spell, it says that the creature you summon has to be 1/8 challenge rating or lower.
Okay. Well, that's not going to work. No, it's not going to be big enough, is it? An illusion. It's just a 5-foot square.
5 foot square. For
Yeah,
what?
it's it. I think the minor illusion that I can cast is just up to 5.
Yeah.
5. It wouldn't be
image-
large enough to a 5-foot cube. So, all right. I guess I would just go back to firebolt. My trusty firebolt.
All right.
I will firebolt the hell out of this this snake.
Fire is good.
No, it
And
sails
I
all
will
the way
not do
through the
that.
room and
Ugh.
slams into the wall.
But they're scared over there.
So the last remaining big snake, the one still next to Althea, will try to get Althea. And again, good old extra 1 AC, it misses.
Nice.
Hooray.
And that'll make it Althea's turn. You've got a snake man and the big snake next to you. The other two big snakes are both dead. The lady is nowhere in sight.
Striking at the big snake again because I don't want it to hold me down while this snake man, eviscerates me.
Sure. Oh yeah, I forgot I have to do that.
Yes, halberd strike, please.
There we go.
That is a 20, so that'll hit.
Beautimus.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
And
I'm
you will
not going
die.
to use divine. I'm not going to use divine smite on that one because he's already taken a lot of damage. So I'll just use my crit damage on that.
okay. Yeah.
Can she run away?
So got 9 damage, so it does kill it. It wasn't a natural 20. That was the total result was 20. So it wasn't.
Oh, okay. It was a composite 20, but it still killed it, and that's important. Okay.
Can she move away from the other snake man?
She would draw an attack of opportunity.
I'm going to move around him so that
Someone can possibly
Havlock
help.
has a clear. So Havlock has a clear shot.
Oh, okay. Yep, easy enough. All right. That'll bring us to Snake Lady. You hear something big worming towards you,
I don't
towards the
like
group.
that. Don't like that.
Uh,
Oh no.
in
God.
the
That's
shape
surprised.
of a humanoid, but standing roughly 9 feet tall. There is a mass of snakes that, for lack of better words, seem to are climbing on the lady and have effectively made her a big person. So basically, you can't see any part of her. It's all covered with snakes that are squirming and crawling on her. Do you know what hunters are from Halo?
Oh
Kind of
no.
look like
Oh
that
no.
in the way that they're a bunch of worms stuck in the shape of a person. But these are snakes.
Okay.
Let's
Not overly
see.
keen on this idea.
No, it's terrifying. Hunters were big
It's
and
like
beefy.
we need somebody who can douse this critter in grease, and then someone else can, and then Jaxar can light it on fire.
So she squirms up. She's about 10 feet away from Althea. And that makes it Gwen's turn.
Can I make her my? Can I transfer my mark to her?
Sure can.
Okay. She's marked.
If she came within 10 feet, I mean, if she's headed for me, I know that doesn't provoke, but
Right.
she's within my range.
Yes.
So if she leaves your range, then you can take a whack at her.
All right.
Alright, so oh, I forgot that snake man is right there.
Yes, Snake Man is right next to Althea.
Okay, but I marked her, so I'm gonna shoot at her.
Okay.
Oh, right. Can I sheath my dagger and shoot an arrow at her?
Yep.
Sweet. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna shink my dagger back into my boot and shoot her with my bow, with the magic bow.
Okay.
Do I just click longbow?
Yeah,
Okay.
built it into the longbow.
Nice.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, and then click longbow, and then
Nice.
another D6.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it smashes through. A bunch of snakes fly off, and you see her form diminishes a bit as snakes die and or are flung off from the main body.
Does anything happen with the arrow?
Yes. So when the arrow strikes, it does transform and begin to root down into the stone of the temple floor.
Aha! Lovely.
Alright. I believe that's my turn.
Okay. The woman is going to go again. And she's going to try to slam Althea with a snake arm. And misses.
Thank goodness.
And that'll bring us to the top. And it is Havlock's.
All right. Biggest threat in the room. I'm going to go after the snake lady.
Is that-
yes,
I mean-
but don't forget that there is a snake man flanking
Oh, yeah, no,
Althea.
That's right. I'll go for the snake man instead because I
Okay.
also get an extra D6 on him. So
Oh,
I'll go-
shoot. She had advantage. 1 second. She actually is going to hit because she has advantage with the snake man.
Oh no, I'm sorry! That was my fault.
So let me just back up real quick.
Oh well.
She slams Althea for, fortunately, very low. It's 3 hit points, bringing you down to 10. But as she slams you with the snake arm, these snakes will grab at you and grapple you
Huh.
and begin to constrict you. All right. So sorry about that. Now it's Havlock turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go after the snake man.
All right,
I'm just rolling complete shit.
that will miss.
Yeah, I'm just.
Phew.
I'll stay where I am.
Here with Althea. Okay. And that'll bring us to Jaxar.
Actually, I'm gonna use this since
Oh.
the light moved. I'm gonna hide as my bonus action.
Okay. Yeah, because you are out of the main part of the light, but there's really nothing to hide behind. I guess you
There's a-
hide behind the dead snake.
There's a dead snake and I'm in shadows.
Yep. Okay.
Right, I'm gonna attack the snake lady.
Okay.
Nice.
There we go.
That is a critical.
Have to press firebolt.
Yep.
Oh, come on, yeah. That's how we do
Oh
it.
man, if that wasn't a critical, that would have been very disappointing damage. Yep, slams into her, burning away just masses of snakes. She gets a bit smaller as before, but she is still seemingly choking Althea.
It's disappointing. I'm gonna. What did I move? 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Okay. She's going to go again.
What the fuck?
Yep. The snakes that are grabbing Althea will squeeze a bit of her life. It's going to take 5 more points of damage, dropping her down to 5.
This is not good.
She's grappled, so she's going to try to break the vines that are grabbing her, but she fails. Okay. And that'll bring us to Althea. Got a snake man on one side. You're being grappled by you're being grappled by the woman, who is large sized and within 10 feet of you.
I would strongly
And
recommend
has
that you heal yourself.
And has a hunter's mark on her, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if I can heal myself because I don't remember what I used last session.
Took a long rest, so.
You had the long rest.
Right, but then I had to heal
Havlock?
you again, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I believe you would have your lay on hand still, which would be
Which is for
10
5
hit
points, right?
It's your level
10
times
HP?
5, so 10, up to 10.
So if I hear right, she's gonna lay her hands on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, she's
Yep.
pulling a
Lay on
divinals.
hand.
All right.
It's,
Are you doing the full 10?
if I'm going to continue fighting these things, then probably I'd better, yeah.
All right. That'll bring you up to 15. Is that in action? I believe it's action.
Is that an action or is that a bonus?
Yeah, but it's an
That's
action.
the action? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, crap.
So, how many times has she gone? Okay.
Like 5 million?
Snake Man will. Nah, not 5 million. You're being silly right now. The Snake Man will move towards Gwen, not leaving Althea's threatened area, and will try to stab Gwen.
Damn it.
That misses.
Don't like that.
The snake, or the giant snake lady at this point, will continue to crush Althea for 4, and she will try to break or grapple again. I don't know what I just did. We're at 15, and so 11 more. Okay. And that'll bring us to Gwen's turn as the woman moves closer to Althea, having successfully broken the grapple.
Don't appreciate that. can't. If I fire at this guy, it'll be at disadvantage.
Right. Oh, I need to move the light back onto Althea. There we go.
Hey boys, the girls could use some help.
We're trying.
I'm helping.
I'm having tea. Leave me alone.
Second breakfast. 11Z's. Alright, so I'll shoot her.
Okay.
With my-
Althea?
Yup.
That was a
Nice
good
hit.
Okay, and then there's that, and then
Nice.
there's that. Yeah!
Hell yeah.
All right, that will break apart the snake form, leaving the woman standing there looking a bit surprised
And grappled.
and grappled. She looks surprised and she looks grappled. All right.
Okay, yeah, that's here. I guess if I do this, I will be flanking with Althea.
You don't provide a flank because you have a bow.
Never mind then.
All right.
You also have a boot dagger.
That will bring us to top of the turnover and Havlock.
Okay, I'm going to, since I am hidden, I have sneak attack and I should have advantage on Snake Lady.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
Okay. What?
I mean, yep, that's fine.
Yep, because Hunter's Mark and all that.
And that's a crit?
It is a crit. He doesn't benefit from Hunter's Mark, only the cast.
Yeah.
All right, solid damage there. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to move here as my move action, and then I'm going, as my bonus action, I'm going to hide again. Or at least I think I'm going to hide. Sneaky,
Alright.
sneaky.
Like, these snakes aren't as big.
No, it's okay.
And
Mostly, I'm just trying to meld into the shadows.
Yeah.
What do we do in the shadows?
If you're talking, I can't hear you, Joe. Just in case.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Gonna kick ass again.
Okay.
Nice.
That is a good hit. She's not happy at all. Torched and arrows. Probably gonna get halberded right now. Are you staying there?
One can only hope. Not that he's
Joe?
staying there, that she's about to get halberded.
Right.
We'll hide within the dead snake body.
Alright.
Much like Luke hid in the tauntaun.
Yay!
All right. And that'll bring us to Althea. You have the woman grappled to the floor 10 feet away and the snake man right next to you.
And the woman has the Hunter's Mark on her, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. She's in range.
All right.
I'm going to
Halberd
strike at her. Yes.
Okay. That is a 10, so that will miss.
Damn it.
I'm not doing very good for you. Oh, you're no longer grappled because the snake form has gone away.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to move? You can move around the snake man without drawing, or you can move away, which would draw an attack opportunity. But up to you.
Oh yeah, because she does not have range.
Correct.
Let's see. Who is in her threat range?
Currently, no
Nope.
one.
Anyone?
Nope.
No one right now.
Okay. No, I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay. She grabs her cloak, wraps it around her body, and disappears from view.
No!
You
Wench?
also hear. Let's see. You hear her rip out the vines that had grappled her to the floor as well. And then footsteps moving away from the group. And that'll bring us to Gwen's turn.
Can I strike it where I knew she was?
Um,
Disadvantage?
Wouldn't her hunter's mark still show?
Did I
So Hunter's
Okay.
mark doesn't say anything about like a physical mark.
But she
Yeah,
knows where
but-
it is, right?
She is better able to track it. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yes, that's the plan.
Let me just do a quick lookup of attack of opportunity. No, you have to be able to see the creature to do an attack of opportunity,
Damn.
and she is invisible. So it is Gwen's turn.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna. Here's what I would like to do. Let me know if I have enough time. Disengage from the guy next to me. Run
Okay.
past Althea, but grab the bolt. And then start tracking the gal that disappeared.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Hunter's. Okay, yeah, you can make a wisdom perception check. I'm assuming Althea is going to let her grab the bolt.
Yeah.
All right.
Wisdom. Do I just roll a wisdom check?
Yeah, if you have perception, you can.
I do.
Add
have
your
Oh,
proficiency.
there it is. It's like, where? What is going on?
Ooh.
Okay, where are you moving to?
I figured I would go this way since that's where she was, right? Or here.
Sure. Okay.
Very perceptive.
Are you listening for her footsteps?
All right. She's over here. So I'm painting the corner of 4 squares. She is in one of those.
Can I run over and like try to tackle her?
Excuse me.
1, 2, 3, 4. You have 10 feet of movement left.
Like I'm literally thinking run towards that square and like dive forward and just try to grab.
Wait. You have 10 feet of movement left, so you can't get to any of those squares. And you've used your action to disengage.
Ugh, so close. So close to doing something silly and fun. So I'll go here and wait, did you say this corner?
This corner right here.
This corner. She's over here. And I'll point.
All right. And then I'll make it Havlock's turn.
I've got a ranger pointing at an empty space.
That is. That's not a square.
I did my best.
Now put the Petruvian man in there. We got something. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and shoot the one I can see, which is Snaky Boy.
All right. Snaky boy. Oh, snaky.
Oh,
It's a
snaky
good hit.
boy.
And there's the damage for the short bow.
The fangs are
And then
Exciting.
the extra D6 because it's right next to her.
Yep.
Thought you'd like that.
That's hilarious.
And I'm going to move there.
Okay. Are you still within the light? Just barely. Okay, that'll make it Jaxar's turn.
Yeah. What's my distance with my my quarterstaff?
Adjacent.
So then I'm gonna have to move up. And I will curbludgeonate him with my double hand attack.
Good word,
Okay.
curbludgeonate.
So just so you know, your okay, yeah, that'll make. Bringing us to Althea. So
Strikey,
you've got-
strikey.
Yep. Okay. Snake man that you can see.
Yep.
And that is a total 21, so that'll hit. He's at like 2/5 health. I mentioned that in case you want to use Divine Smite or not.
Oh, sure.
Okay. How does this work? You add an extra 2d8.
Yep.
All right.
That's why I tend to save it for special occasions.
Okay, so you have made 2 halves of 1 snake man. It is
Excellent.
the worst case of in half you've ever seen.
You have smoked him.
You ever get smoked?
And
Smitten?
so let's see. Gwen has moved about 20 feet away from you. She's pointing at an area next to her. Do you want to move?
Yes.
Okay.
Heading over in that direction.
Waiting for you. I was gonna use your room, but
Oh, you're playing the.
I can
I mean,
I can put you like right next to the squares that she's pointing at. You can go into those squares as well if you want.
Every Sunday?
are those squares in a corner?
No.
Okay. Basically, I want to position myself on, if I can, on the other side of whatever square it is Gwen says she's in.
Okay. That is just slightly too far.
Okay,
That's
as
one
close as I can
square.
get.
Okay. Do you want to move into that area or do you want to try to move around it?
I'll move into the area. Why not? If I happen to run into her.
Right? So you can. I guess I'll just move you in a straight line rather than zigging and zagging.
Clank, 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 clank.
And you run into a person,
Oh!
an invisible person.
Does it do her any bludgeoning damage?
No.
Darn. And I can't grab her because I've already used my action.
Correct.
However, I have contact. Shoot here. She's probably going to grapple me.
That square. Where's that square? Oh, that wasn't. Did I put that square on the GM level player? Can you guys see the green square?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
It's gone now. Yep. So she comes back into view.
Scary woman lady.
She speaks in parcel tongue and points at Althea. Althea will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
And will fail.
Crap.
You're no longer allowed to roll dice for my wife.
Right? I should just assign the character sheet to you.
Oh yeah, that would make it my fault.
Right. Take the heat off of me. So Althea is going to take 5 points of poison damage and be poisoned.
Okay. That's right. My resistance is to
Fashion
radiant
faux pas.
damage, I think. Ah! No.
But
No. That's giggles.
True.
that will bring us to Gwen's.
I'm gonna shoot the bitch.
You have resistance to necrotic and radiant.
Shoot
Okay.
that bitch.
Thank you.
That will miss.
Damn it. Wait, even with the +2 from my mark? Oh wait, that's not what the mark does. Does the mark give me a bonus to attack?
No.
Just to damage.
Yes.
Well then, can I run up and tackle her?
No, you've already used your action.
Damn it!
Do you want to move at all?
Yes. 1 second.
Okay.
How do I do this thing? You click and then press Q and then nope. Q. And
Don't get in range of her. You don't want to be poisoned either.
All right, fine. I'll stay here then, I guess. Well, no, wait, hold on. Wait, is that the end of the room? Oh, the room's
Yeah.
not as big as I thought it was going to be. Okay, let's do this
It's
then.
not as big. It's 60 by 70.
Yeah, but the way
This
you were
room is
talking,
massive.
the way you were talking made it sound like it was going to be like cavernous.
All right.
There.
All right.
I apologize. I took the light
And-
source with me.
Right. Havlock's at the edge of the darkness. It is Havlock's turn.
I mean, that's a good thing for him, isn't it?
I'm sure he enjoys that.
I'm gonna step there.
Okay.
Now shifted. I'm gonna use my stealth to hide. At least I think I'm hiding. And then I'm gonna shoot with sneak attack.
Okay.
Do I have advantage?
That will miss.
Fuck.
No, you do not have advantage. She can clearly see you.
No. Okay.
She knows where you are.
That's okay. Let me use the rest of my movement to move over there.
It looks like you're in the same square that Jaxar is in.
Hi, buddy.
And that'll
Is he
make
hiding
it Jaxar.
underneath my robes?
I could be.
That'll make it Jaxar's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3. I will give her a bad case of 3rd-degree burnage.
Red die triangle.
Hooray!
We will see. No, that will miss.
Actually, I think my flame sputters out at her feet.
Damn.
You got some of the smaller snakes. They're not happy. And that will bring us to Althea. She is still right next to you. Because you were poisoned, you'll be at disadvantage.
Head butter.
Really?
Yep. Poisoned puts you at disadvantage.
That sucks.
That does
I agree.
suck.
Particularly the way you've been rolling.
I'm not
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
Well,
I'm assigning.
I'm not wrong.
Someone else can roll.
if you would be so kind.
All right, give it to me.
We love you, Jacob.
Oh my god. Funny thing is, that would be the time that he'd roll 2 18s, you know?
Right. So halberd again.
Yes, please.
All right. That will miss. It would have missed either way, whether or not you were at disadvantage. So it was a 15 and a 6.
Mm.
And are you staying there? I don't imagine you want to draw an attack opportunity. And
I
she's
do
the
not
only
wish
enemy
to draw an
left,
attack
so-
of opportunity now.
Yep, that makes sense.
So I'm, I mean, if I can shift around and get flanking on her, that would be awesome.
No, all your other buddies are ranged.
Well, crap. All right.
So the lady will turn at Gwen, say the same personal Tanya words, and Gwen needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
No. She already did that once. That's the rules.
Ah!
It's one and done.
Did you say Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Do I just roll con, or is there saving throws?
No.
There it is.
Yep.
That's the same roll. Okay, fingers crossed, everybody.
Yay.
Okay, if that
Alright.
fails, we're screwed.
You take 3 points of poison damage, but are not poisoned.
Yay!
Making it Gwen's turn.
Hold on. -3. Wait, what happened to my hit points? They're gone.
You're currently on the bolt, so let me move the bolt off of you,
Oh,
and now you can.
that's why. Okay, thank you.
The bolt doesn't have any hit points, so.
What? I kind of feel like shooting her with the light bolt.
Well, that is a ballista bolt.
Be my
It does
guest.
not fit in your bow.
Can I stab her with it?
Yeah, you can walk up to her and try to stab her with the bolt.
No, it's okay. I'll just shoot her with the bow.
Cool.
Or try.
All right, so that will miss.
God damn. I've been doing so well.
Flies into the darkness near Havlock. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
My
That'll
spleen.
make it Havlock's turn, unless you had anything else you want to do.
Nope.
All right, Havlock's turn.
Okay, try and hide one more time for my bonus action.
I mean, she is looking at me.
And try and shoot. Do I have advantage? Let's find out. Gotta hope I hit her. Either way I get the extra die 6 damage because there's people there.
That will hit. She did not seem surprised. She was able to see you.
Damn, she's got good
She was looking
sight.
at me.
She's looking around. She's not just staring at you when she takes her turn, or through the combat.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
Those are the rules.
that's a solid hit, and that'll bring her down.
Cool.
I'm gonna walk up and kick her.
Bitch.
Do you want to move your hunter's mark onto anyone, just for fun?
Well, there is a piece of armor in. I can't see them
In
right now.
In the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is stocked. Yeah, you have not heard it move whatsoever.
Yeah, but just in case, can I walk over and make it my mark?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that just in case. I don't trust these armor things anymore.
Okay. We are now out of initiative, and
Althea drops to her knees and retches.
yep.
Would my poisoner's kit actually have antidotes in it?
No, it has the opposite.
That's a shitty kit.
As you retch onto the floor, you spot numerous small bones, bits of, eaten things that are littering the floor where the snakes are. And they continue to, I mean, they avoid the spatter of your retching. All around the walls of this room is this gigantic mural. It seems multi-part, like a multi-part story. As you move along the wall, you see different scenes of some event in the past, presumably as old as the stone temple itself, or older, most likely, of this what seems to be a horrible battle between the dragons and the griffin riders, the snakes. There's depictions of various races, elves and humans, dwarves. There are in certain parts of the scene, it seems like the battle goes, is tipped in the favor of the dragons, and it goes to the griffins, and then back near the end of the mural, where what you can figure is the end based on the way it's depicted. It seems to be just a solitary griffin remaining, being attacked by multiple dragons. At this point, though, there is a large symbols arranged in a sort of hexagon pattern. Let me show you that, and I click it right. Can you see that?
Nope.
I'll see if I can get it into Discord as well. I don't know if you have the ability to.
Hey, does the snake lady have anything of any worth on her as I'm rifling pockets?
Sure. Yeah, on the snake lady. So the symbols are in the handout under the journal tab. Snake lady, she had that cloak which turned her invisible.
Okay.
She has a pendant, and let me get that description real quick.
I'm gonna claim that cloak.
I was gonna say, Havlock, that seems handy for you.
Yep.
Oh, I need to go into Discord.
Cloak of Noceum.
It'll turn you invisible for 1 round.
How many uses per day is it, and does it automatically refresh?
It's 1 per day.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
The pendant she has is a tower shield, but it looks like it's been defaced, and there's a piece of metal that has been rammed through it that is etched into the shape of a snake and is coiled around the shield. The shield is a holy symbol to the deity known as the shield.
Okay.
It seems whatever she did to get the snakes to surround her and make her big, it's something that's devotees of the shield are. They say that they have this ability to do this with weapons and armor and shields, but somehow it has been twisted to work for the snake.
I'm going to take possession of that.
Okay.
Because it is an abomination.
Hey, my bling.
And
Strong words.
And it's an abomination, and I mean to turn it over to the temple of my deity to see what they can do about it.
Okay. Going back to the symbols on the wall, they're each in a in that part of the depiction. There are a circle of elves that are holding these small bells that have the symbols on them, and at that point in the storyline of the battle, the dragons fall from the sky, seemingly perishing.
Where are those?
So all along the walls of this room are these
Yes.
murals of this battle.
Yes. Where is that part of the mural?
Oh, it would be near this wall.
All right. So
Over on the right.
as they're
So
like
starting. starting at the top of the stairs is the beginning of the battle, and it goes all the way around the room to end over here.
Okay. So Gwen will take some extra time to study that.
Okay.
I wanted to use Arcana on this suit of armor, Jake.
Okay. Yep. So intelligence check with the Arcana proficiency. Oh, I see you already rolled it. So looking over it, trying to sort of feel it out, it does appear to be one of those flans that have
It's a
the
flan?
ooze. It's a flan. There's a flan inside. If you break out your mess kit, you can.
Slowly collapse like a flan in a cupboard.
It's it's about the same size as the one that you fought in the city street at Womborn. It's not moving for whatever reason. You don't see that it's broken in a way that would make it no longer move. But yeah, it's just standing there stock still, rigid.
Does it have any symbols
Don't-
on it?
Okay.
Does it have any what?
Symbols of like nobility on it?
No, those were found inside. The script, the parchment with the runes are inside of the armor. You'd have to break it apart to see those, which would also release the ooze
I don't feel like
if there's one in it.
Right.
Does
with your
anyone here have any skill with poison? Because I don't feel so good.
Oh shit. Are you
with
still
your
taking
Arcana
damage?
check, Jaxar also knows that these things are typically controlled via an amulet.
Huh.
But wait, she had an amulet on her.
That was the pendant with the
Althea
holy
take it?
symbol to the shield.
Right.
So that wouldn't be not that kind of amulet.
No, that pendant, that's what gave her the ability to have the snakes swarm her and become Mega Snake Lady.
Okay.
Did you check the Snake Man already, Havlock?
Not yet.
Snake
I'm
Man is
gonna
not
give him-
wearing anything, he just had his sword.
Oh. Ah, okay. Well,
And it's just your standard run-of-the-mill bad guy sword.
Yep, just a regular short sword.
Okay.
For you, it would be a long sword.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go rifle through all the giant snake pockets.
snake pockets.
One of them has been split down the middle. It looks like someone was trying to climb inside. You're not sure why.
Okay. What temperature do Jedi like their tauntauns? Lukewarm.
Go on.
Okay, wait, really quick. Do we have anything? Can I do a healing check on? Yep. I don't know how to help you, Althea.
She appears to be ill.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I thought that would, with your low roll, I thought maybe.
Yeah.
She rolled a 4.
She appears to be ill.
I'm not skilled at this, but I'm gonna just try. Yep, you're sick.
Thanks. I kind of knew that.
Poison typically doesn't last very long. It's not like you're gonna be sick for the rest of your life.
You said gonna die.
You
Shorten
said-
down
Well,
to
no,
days.
Okay, so I'm not continuing to take damage. It's
Correct.
okay.
Yeah,
You-
it's a poison
Would I-
condition versus poison damage type.
You've moved on to the soiling yourself portion of the poisoning.
Charming.
I'm kidding.
Excuse
honey,
me,
I'm
I'm going to
kidding.
go outside and remove my armor. All right. History check on this mural.
Okay.
Just to know what exactly it is referring to.
Here, I'm gonna give the
If it is
I'm gonna give the bolt back to Althea and light a torch.
okay.
Okay.
And come over here and study this part of the mural.
Okay. The mural is depicting the initial battle that occurred between the dragons of this land and the dragon toters that came and conquered it. It was a horrific battle that ended up killing all but one of the royal bloodline.
Okay, that would be the one griffin.
Yes.
Got it.
Double check my notes real quick. And that was Karina.
I'm sorry, that was what?
Kareem told your bars.
I was trying to. I was trying to remember the name of one of the name of an NPC, and I thought I remembered the last name, but I didn't. But the last survivor is named Karina, and I have to find her family. One second.
Somebody's got a lot of
Karina
heavy mic pickup.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Karina
That's me
Chapman.
typing.
Oh, okay. Karina Katz, okay. And do we know which of the current royal families is descended from this woman?
All of it. She was the last.
All of them
member.
are?
Yeah, she was the last surviving member. So, every
Okay.
every
Oh,
duke, every
right, that makes sense.
prince, they're all descended from this woman.
Which is why it's a bad idea for any of them to intermarry.
Also in the mural is depictions of the Griffin Riders, and there's flashes of green light from them. Presumably, and that ties back to the townsfolk told you back in Womborn that the guy that made off with the ring, there was a flash of green light before his griffin appeared. So you can see from different of the Griffin Riders, like a flash of green light, one will have like a flash of red light, and these magical effects are going out at the dragon.
It's like signing to me.
So, yes, but according to our contact in the one town, that woman who sent us out on this to get the ring, she said only a royal can use it.
Correct. Someone descended from that.
Only someone. Right. So that individual that went with you, Gwen, out into the wastes.
We
And
met
got
him
the
out
ring.
there. We met him out there. He
Okay.
wasn't part of our original party.
All right. Clearly, if he was able to use the ring to summon a griffin, he must be of the royal bloodline. So why are we trying to get this ring back?
Gwen is gonna kind of chuckle to herself when she says that. Just kind of smile and shake her head.
From
What?
across the room.
From across me. I've got good elf ears.
Well, I'm looking for a reasonable explanation of why we're trying to part someone who can use the ring and therefore clearly has the royal blood from the ring to give the ring to this other woman who we already know is underhanded and willing to let people in her employ kill each other for her mercenary benefit. I'm asking, are we on the right side here?
An excellent question I've asked myself before.
And now here we are working for frog people.
No bounty is worth all this.
All right, so what do we want to do?
I'm going
'Cause
home.
I don't feel well enough to take apart that suit of armor and find out who's holding it here.
What am I at? I'm at 7. What are you at, Althea?
6.
Okay, we're both in a bad way.
11. I think I'm at 11 right now. I don't know.
You're at 6.
No, I'm sorry. That's right. I am at 6 because it was 4 crushing and 5 poison
Yeah.
after my 15.
Yep, I've got your character sheet right here.
Ugh. Jaxar, what are your thoughts?
Well, I have to go back anyways. We're gonna have to talk to these frog people now that we're done here.
We
Right.
could also catch up with the man with the ring and ask his side of it.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I think first we go back to the frog people village and square up there, and then we'll try to figure out
Let's
what we're gonna
check.
do with it.
Yes.
Let's check the rest of this room first. Check all 4 corners. Make sure there's nothing else waiting.
Yeah.
Can't see anything. Yeah, my dark vision doesn't, show anything. So
Okay.
Jacob, what is this part of the Can you describe this part of the mural again?
Yes, so this near the end of the battle is when things are looking pretty grim for the Griffin Rider side. There's just the one left with multiple dragons. Right before the last part of the mural is like a triumphant sort of victory picture, but right before that, to get there is a circle of elves depicted that are all holding up these bells with a symbol on them. There's a sort of radiant, I guess you might describe that as like rays of light radiating out from them, at which point the dragons begin to fall from the sky.
Is Gwen surprised to see this here, or is she aware of this piece of history?
You weren't aware of this particular battle, but you're not surprised, no.
But how does that impact?
So she's gonna pull out hers and just see if she can find one that matches.
Yep, should be the one on the bottom left. I sent everyone the handout, like it's in your journal.
Oh. I see dead elf symbol, party treasure, and pendant.
To that. Oh, looks like I didn't send it to everyone.
Have you-
Symbol
Right.
Symbols on the wall.
I love this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, only 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Yep.
I am sad that I cannot see these things because usually I'm really good with visual puzzles like that, but I am not looking at the stuff while I'm driving.
It's
Yeah,
not a puzzle. She'll put her bell away. Or
Okay.
carving, pendant.
I'm trying to get it to send to the Discord app as well, so I don't know. I know you're driving, so I don't know if you want to pull it up to look.
No,
bad idea.
No, the awesome thing is that this behemoth of a vehicle latched onto my phone, and I'm talking to you through the stereo.
Yeah.
It is full Bluetooth enabled and all of that, and I don't have to look at any.
Yeah, good. All right. So like, maybe when you stop or something, you can look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, do I recognize can I recognize the elves that are holding the bells? Do I know who they are?
No, it's not that much. Like the detail isn't that good that you'd be able to like. Oh, he looks just like, John that lives next door. You can clearly tell that they are elves, but they're sort of vague, nondescript, like facial features.
Would I know at least which one of mine was at this battle? I suppose I could ask around. That would be something, if I didn't know, it would be easy enough to find out when I go home.
Yeah. Let's see. Yep. The elf is named Corin.
That one from my clan.
Yes.
Do I know where he is in my lineage?
Yes, you would. And he's actually still alive.
Cool. I'm gonna make a mental note to chat with him next time I see him.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just
he's
passed
quite old,
something
but he
that
is
looked
alive.
remarkably like the Lord of the Rings.
Well, those are they're modeled after like the real life battlefield, if I remember correctly. But that was over in Europe, so I doubt that it's the same.
Oh yeah, no, I was just I looked off to the side and I went, okay, that looks like the marshes out of the movie. That's creepy.
Yeah.
It's bad enough that it is currently foggy and misting. Oh, and I passed the Bonnie and Clyde Ambush Museum a little ways back.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
The Ambush Museum.
Yes, you drive by and the museum ambushes you.
Yeah.
Only if you get off the freeway.
All right. Anything else of note in this part of the mural for Gwen?
No.
All right, cool. She'll come back here with her torch, but she can't move. That's fine.
All right, you have control of the torch now.
Cool. All right. I've seen all I need to see.
Shelby,
Yep.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay, you move out down the stairs and through the great hall where the snake body was, and out the front door.
Did we want to rest in the kitchen again since we're kind of in a bad way, or are we?
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea.
That's crazy talk.
Was that sarcasm?
Of course it was sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you're resting in the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. With everything inside the temple dead, we are able to rest unmolested.
How much health did we get back?
Are you doing a short rest or a long rest?
Probably a long rest.
Then you will get back all of your hit points.
Oh, dang.
Yep.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
That's some,
All of our health, all of our spells.
Sweet. All right. I'll be right back.
at some point. All right. At some point during your rest, Althea begins to feel better.
Yay! Yeah, I have to run to the restroom. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Darn it, I wish there was a rest area. The last time I took a break was 11 o'clock, honey?
Yeah, honey, that's not a good idea. We've talked about this.
Oh no, I've actually been out of the vehicle since because I did stop to top up the tank at the one station in the middle of Mississippi that was $1.55 a gallon.
Okay.
And now what I have in the tank will get me home with 200 miles to spare.
Okay.
So I got out of the vehicle for that, but no, I haven't been to the bathroom since the 2 hours after I left Kaylin's house.
That's a problem in and of itself.
You know. That was the thing. I was trying to get through Mississippi fast enough without attracting police attention to get to the Louisiana, the Welcome to Louisiana rest stop.
Which you
And then I
passed.
happened, which I passed because I was looking at Discord to see if I needed to, how I needed to get on. Damn it. Oh, and there is now a Buc-ee's billboard says, "We see a beaver in your future, 187 miles," because it's right
Buc-ee's.
by home.
Yep, buggies.
Buc-ee's.
Okay. I'm back.
Alright.
Buc-ee's is awesome.
You rest for 8 hours, feeling much better about your hit point totals and once per day ability.
Okay.
And so you're in the kitchen. All the creatures are dead, so nothing comes to you. And yeah, it's like mid-afternoon at this point.
Head out and see if our frogman guide is still hanging out
Yeah,
there.
see if Jeremiah's over there. Thank you for coming with me on that.
Yeah, he is still he put himself about 45 feet away from the temple entrance, hidden in the tree line, and he is still there.
They're all
And he's
dead.
trying to figure out why it's taken us 2 days.
Right. It's been like 17 hours. Oh wait, no, he went home. He said he was going home. He went back to the frog village, so he's not there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, coward.
Yep. Well, he just would have been squishy. He would have been dead.
Like, well, I've got healing hands, but when the Havlock is down and the frogman is down, so sorry, Havlock.
Havlock made it through the battle without getting knocked out this time.
He did.
All right, so you guys head back to the frog village then.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. It takes a couple hours. No, it takes about an hour to get there. The last bits are through the marshy water, and but you're able to find it pretty easily. having been there just the day before, and as you approach, the frogmen are a bit wary, but they knew you were there and they know who you are, so none of them try to
Attacking.
stalk you or attack you or anything like that. They summon the big bully, who comes out and with a translator greets you and says that he thought that you had died in the temple
Close.
because of how long it had been. And he asks if you were able to slay the old evil.
Yep. All the snakes are dead. So is the snake. So is the snake priestess and all of her snake men. They're all dead.
They're delighted by this news as the translator gives the frogman language version of your story. You see the frogs all around you sort of croak in excitement. And
Died? Oh, they
was
croaked.
it?
Got it.
They all died.
Wow.
And they just
Ribbit.
got overexcited.
They started exploding.
Yeah.
So now they all have ribbit mortis.
Wow. Really?
Wow.
Really?
Apparently so.
They hand over the 45 electrum that they owe you, that's remaining from the bounty that they gave you. And yeah, unless you have something that you want to talk to them about, they're more than happy with the transaction.
If they have any idea where the man on the griffin might have gone.
They did. I believe they said last time that they did see a griffin rider riding south, flying south.
Any warnings about what's ahead of us going south?
Just there's a nearby village that you know about. They mentioned that the people there attack them sometimes, but it's more out of misunderstanding than any sort of real grudge or
Malice.
hostility, malice. Yeah.
Okay.
But the frogmen, it's a pretty small group of these creatures, and they mostly stick to their swamp, so they don't have a lot of knowledge about what's more than a few miles in any direction.
Okay.
They gotta stay in the water.
All right. Ah, yes. All right. Well, I suppose we thank them for not engaging in combat with us, and we'll be on our way.
Yep.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
They have some fish now. Yeah. So I guess the question now is: do you continue to try to get the man with the ring, or not?
Figure we're gonna head south, see if we can find him, get his side of the story.
Okay.
Right?
That
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay then. You continue southward. You were pretty close to the next village of Adderley when you were waylaid by these frog people. So it only takes another maybe an hour of walking before you get there. The village itself is pretty small. It's similar to Womborn. It's got it's a central area and then a few random buildings outside of that. Mostly farms. As you get closer to the village, you see farms sort of stretching out from it. You notice that there are a lot of disheveled, poorly dressed people, sort of in begging, for lack of better words, in the town square. Also in the town square is a large stone, roughly 15 feet high and maybe about the same around. It's etched with these words that I don't think any of you have the language for. And then near the base, they're marked over with chalk as well, drawings and little drawings. Let's see. Yeah. So this is the village of Adderley.
Do we recognize? Does any of us recognize the script? Because like I don't know how to read Russian, but I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
So can we tell
typically,
what it is?
yeah, it's Cretan. It's the old language of the land. It's the language that the people spoke before the Drachentöters came and conquered them.
Okay, I don't think that was one of the ones I picked.
No, it wasn't. You picked Kopish.
Everybody speaks Kopish.
And you do know, this. This is something called a dole stone.
Oh. Really?
Yep.
A what stone?
Dole.
D-O-L-E?
Yes,
Wait.
it's a pineapple stone.
Do I know that, or does everybody know that?
You know that.
Okay.
I'm looking at it to see if it's got any griffin claw landing marks on it.
No, nothing like that. No, it's not scratched up in any way. It's not clawed at. Other than the chalk drawings near the base, it seems, whoever put it here and made the initial etchings stay the same from whenever that was.
Okay.
Trying to find.
I'm going to start asking whoever's around if they've seen a griffin rider.
Okay.
And if I need to ply them with a couple of coppers, I'll do that.
Yes, yeah. So the first, most of the people are disheveled and sort of begging, so you can ask them. They do ask for coin.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you want to give them?
I figure I'll give the first person like 3 coppers and see what
Okay.
that yields. I don't know how destitute they are, so start low.
Yep. The person's very grateful. And they tell you that there was a man on a griffin that came through a day and a half ago. He landed. He got food at the local tavern. His griffin just blinked out of existence, and after he ate, he came back out. Similar to in Womborn, there was a flash of green light, and the griffin was there. He climbed back on, and he flew away further south. This person didn't speak to him. He's just he's in the story. He's sort of relaying as though he wasn't there, and it's sort of information he got, through general storytelling.
Okay. I pull out another copper and ask him what inn.
He points you over to a nearby building. There is. Let's see. Just pull that copper off. In the entryway to the building, there's a signpost with a green horseshoe painted on it.
All right, folks, I need to step away for a minute. I'll be back in a few, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Jacob, does Gwen know how to attune herself to the Dole Stone?
Yes.
Cool. So how long does it take?
Just a few minutes.
Cool. She's gonna do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over to the tavern and go inside and order drinks for myself and Havlock. I'll look over Jaxar. What do you want? If you're coming with me.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna go to the inn as well.
All right. I'll catch
Okay.
up with you guys. I'll be there in a few minutes.
You want us to order you anything?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks.
All right.
The inn is dead. There's no one inside except for the barkeep. He seems very happy to have company, and will serve you quickly and efficiently, whatever you ask for.
I'll order a flaming dragon.
Wow.
He says, "That's the only kind we serve around these parts.
Figured.
Any kind of dragon."
Then I suppose you support the Griffin Riders.
Oh, of course.
You had one come through recently.
Oh, yeah. Strapping young lad came in and ordered quite a lot of food. Took some with him.
Any chance he gave you his name?
He seems to pause to think for a moment. He says, well, I think he called himself Alex. Alex Armbrecht.
Alex Armbrecht. I wonder what Gwen would make of that name. Alex Armbrecht. We'll have to ask her.
Am I there yet?
I don't think you are.
Nope.
Actually, can I do a nobility check and see if I know anything?
Yeah, sure, do a intelligence check.
Well, you have to do that
right.
for me.
Haha.
That was a test, and you passed.
Yeah. If I had seen that roll come up, I'd have been no.
You'd have been really impressed.
Yeah.
Or concerned.
I've pulled up
That too.
Roll20 on my phone, and it is awful. Yeah. So,
Like I said, not while I'm driving.
yeah. The Armbrechts, it's a smaller house in the southern portion of the kingdom.
Mhm.
Let's see. During some of the more recent Civil War battles, you know that the son of the ruling family was taken and spirited away from the region to keep him away from the combat and the battles that were taking place to protect him. He was taken north.
Huh.
You don't know where, because that would have defeated the purpose of trying to safeguard him. But that's sort of the general knowledge of what happened.
Right, but now I wonder if if he had been sequestered in the wastes, or
That just from your knowledge of the waste, that seems pretty unlikely. No one goes there.
okay.
It's like there's a strong what's the word? There's almost a superstition about the waste and
Okay.
the dangers of it. That's part of why they destroyed every bridge along the river that leads to it, because while they were still there, things would come over and wreak havoc wherever they were able to come across. That's why they have that contingent in Womborn that protects it. They're protecting it from things in the waste, not from people on this side.
Got it. Okay. But somehow it seems that the young man made his way there, acquired the ring.
Gwen will enter the building.
Oh, I wanted to hear about the attunement.
Oh, you wanted to hear what that's like?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, because, I mean, Paul has to come back and we have to fill him in on this conversation.
Sure. It involves, placing your hands upon the stone and speaking in, doing intonations to nature and the sort of life in the land.
Cool. And
You don't gain much from it. You know that in your knowledge of these dull stones, you're supposed to gain some insight and some knowledge from attuning yourself to them, but for whatever reason you don't get anything like that.
all right.
You're not powerful enough yet.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but still, it's worth a shot.
Yep.
All right, then I'll wander over to the inn, kind of a little disappointed.
You enter the Green Horseshoe Inn and join the rest of them.
Yeah.
I turn to you and say, Gwen, do you know the name Alex? Oh God, what is it again? Armstrong? I can't remember. No, Tara can't remember. Alex.
Armbrecht.
Something.
Armstrong.
Armfelt?
That's fantastic.
No, Armstrong, Armfelt, whatever.
Armbrecht? Is that what you said, Jacob?
Armbrecht. Yeah. Yes.
Armbrecht.
Sure.
Jacob, refresh Kristen's memory. Did he ever give us his last name?
Nope.
Alright.
You guys were on nickname basis.
That is accurate. So I did not trust the guide. Apparently rightly so. Alex! That was his name. Yeah, he never gave us his last name, though.
Can you describe him for this fine innkeeper here and see if the descriptions match?
It would probably be better here. How about you describe him, innkeeper, and I'll let you know if that's what I remember.
Sorry about that, folks.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean...
We're in the inn. I bought you a drink.
Yay.
Yeah, so let me get him and describe him for you. Gosh. Yeah, he was a young lad. He had a strong jaw, black hair. He was wearing fine clothing, but definitely travel worn. He had chainmail and a sword and shield. Brown eyes.
As far as I can remember, that sounds like it. Sounds like our guy.
Stab him.
Well, that sounds as though he's going somewhere to hide out, actually.
No, that's not really surprising, considering somebody wants his ring.
Well, it's not only that. his family had sequestered him in the north for his own safekeeping during these civil wars. So I'm wondering how he managed to get into the wastes and find that ring.
He was hired like we were.
Was he? That was his story.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, that's what he told us.
Right. So he's headed south, but that would be towards his family's lands. He didn't say anything else to you, innkeeper, did he? Mention anything about his family, his friends?
Family. He ponders that for a moment, and so do I. Just looking up some notes.
Well, there aren't many people on the road, but they're all going to Dallas.
I just found out that so my brother is working on a cruise right now, and it's going to take them
Lord.
18 days to get back to Germany, which was the country that the cruise started from. But
Wow.
we just barely found out today that he's going to be able to come home when he does get to Germany, because as far as we were aware, he was going to be stuck there because there aren't going to be any flights.
Right.
So my parents just found the information.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to come home, which is nice.
This is very good news.
That is.
Yes, yeah.
This is
Instead
very
of
good
being
news.
stuck in the embassy in Germany for months or who knows how long.
Yeah.
Okay, so the barkeep will tell you that he didn't speak much of family, but he did ask about where the Geisler lands are.
And do we know? Do I know that? Does Gwen know that? Do we have maps in our heads? Where's the Geisler lands?
The barkeep says, "Oh well, you're not too far away. A couple duchies over. They're about a bit southeast of here."
All right. I'd be interested to find someone who saw him fly off when he left. See if they can pinpoint a direction for us.
Oh yeah, well, if he left from here, he's heading south or north. Only road out of here.
Wait a minute, say that again?
So there's just one road that goes through this village. It's, north and south. So if he left, of course that would be on foot or horseback. Since he's flying, he could have left in any direction.
Right. So, I guess we'll have to just ask about.
Yeah.
Well, since you provisioned him, do you have the ability to provision us for a couple of days?
Oh, of course. Anything you need.
Doing good business,
Yeah, definitely. So he loads you up with some food, and thanks you for your business.
All right. So head back out into the streets, and And then I step back inside and I say, what happened here that everyone is destitute?
He says, well, just the strains of war and a poor harvest. There's lots of folk that are out. That have been put out.
I'm going to look to the rest of the party and see, is there anything we can do about that?
I don't think so. He said it was because of the war, yeah?
Yep,
Yeah.
I mean, the last conflict in this duchy ended about 2 years ago.
And the town hasn't recovered at all?
Seemingly no. He elaborates says, that the name of this duchy. The duchy to the south was the one that instigated a conflict with the Leto family, and there's rumors that they're sort of building up to restart that conflict. They used to get food from Bryn Melon, which is the next village over, but recently that has stopped happening.
Possibly a non sequitur, but what are the chalk marks on the base of that stone out there?
Oh, some of the local kids like to draw on it. I did myself when I was a wee lad.
I look over at Gwen and say, were the chalk markings anything like the rest of the etchings? Or were they just random kid scratch?
Yeah, there'd be like a bad drawing of a horse, and then there'd be like the sun shining on like a house with some family, little just kids' drawings on it. They weren't like
so it
the
really
etchings at
is
all.
childish graffiti.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so it's nothing magical
Nothing sinister.
that might be.
Nothing plot worthy.
Hey, Jacob.
Yes.
Can you remind me where that cure plant thing is? Is it only in the wastelands?
Oh, all right. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? The creature you talked to pointed west, towards a mountain range in the distance.
Ah, fuck.
So you don't know if that's the only place it is, but that's where they directed you.
So that way. Oops, that way.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct.
Oh no, we're going the wrong way.
What do you mean?
How long do I have?
He said, is it 8 months?
I have 8 months?
Yep.
Okay, hopefully, okay, I'm a little less worried now. Okay. Never mind. Carry on.
I feel like there's something I need to know here.
Gwen's got one of those. Where did I get bit?
It was near the shoulder.
Yeah, so she's got one of those like weird, not weird.
Don't make it weird.
It's not weird. I'm trying to describe it. Just like if there was a cloth like circling around a bandage and it's just tied there. It's just always there. Kind of like she's just got a permanent wound.
Okay. All right. And yeah, we've never gotten into a discussion of that, so
If you
Alright.
noticed.
yeah, leaving that alone for now. Well, I fear that agriculture is beyond any of our scope as I look around and do I get any disagreement on that?
Let's buy
Bueno
a
kind
farm
of
and start,
shrug.
let's start growing food.
What,
I feel bad.
what part of this says farmer?
Alright, my question really wasn't directed at you, Havlock.
Right.
I think I figured that one out. I will keep your plight in mind. Hopefully, we will be able to do something about it, even though we cannot now. Thank you again, and walk out.
Okay. So you're standing there in the middle of the town square. You notice across the way there's a small group of people. There's 3 people. They are talking to themselves. And looking over at your group. One is a portly man, and the other 2 look seem to be deferring to him.
Are they also in the destitute condition, or do they look a little bit more affluent?
They're definitely more affluent.
Okay, I make eye contact and walk over.
All right.
Gwen will kind of hang back.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, and guys, I don't mean to be usurping anything as far as the role play and whatnot. I'm just playing her.
No, it's
This is
good.
how she is.
No, that's fine. It's all good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
to hang back and just kind of survey.
Havlock will
Okay.
kind of sidle up next to his battle buddy Althea.
All right.
Greetings, sir.
The portly man, as you walk up, will turn to you and say, "Oh, just talking about you." And he extends his hand, and I'm Mayor Bill Johnson.
Kind of look at his hand. Hi,
It's clean.
I believe you.
It's a bit pudgy.
Fair. And I extend my own.
Social
And-
distancing.
They don't have to
Make
play
believe.
in this town. Wait. Okay.
Do they have the
don't
plague in this
much
town?
of the plague in this town. No. Anyways.
Wow. And I grip his hand in the, whatever the local fashion is, and Althea Barons.
Ah, well, we were just talking about you. We thought with the way you're dressed and the arms that you have, that you might be adventuring types.
Might be.
He's a little put off by that, but he continues. Says,
I just glance down and to the side at Havlock and go, really?
What? Everybody else here is starving, and these people are dressed nicely, and you don't find that to be odd? Kind of look back up at the guy. And
yes, it is quite concerning.
how do you answer for the state of your constituency and your people? I don't see you. I look at his circumferences. I don't see you hard up for food. And I look over the people that are starving in the streets. Explain yourself, please.
Well, we can't. There's only so much that we can do, of course. But that's why I was hoping that you yourselves are adventurers. Perhaps you
Where do you keep your food stores?
Yeah, he's definitely put off and taken aback. But my personal food stores?
The food stores for the city, the town, the people here. How do you feed them? Are you feeding them? Are you feeding yourself first? What kind of
Well,
leader are? And I kind of go through and I start haranguing this poor guy.
Havlock,
What?
Havlock, please stop. Just hold on a minute,
With that
please.
25, with I just critted an intimidation roll, Tara.
Oh, okay, okay.
like poking him in the
Sorry, I
belly
didn't
as
realize there was a roll involved.
Yeah, I just critted an intimidation roll.
All right, so yeah,
Explain yourself.
you begin harassing him. I guess poking him in the belly and.
No, I
just-
don't. Oh no, I don't touch him.
All right.
I don't need
So
to.
what? So you're trying to intimidate. What's the intimidation that you're doing? Like what's the threat?
Basically, making a public spectacle of him, shaming him in front of everyone, calling out the fact that he is well fed, he is well clothed, his people are
Well,
starving.
So you're doing this loudly.
Oh yeah, very.
Okay.
So, but
Is
to what
there any
end
other
are you
way?
trying?
Could we try to do the intimidation without maybe causing an attack?
Yeah. No. There's no.
Well,
No,
no.
that's
Okay.
why. That's why I haven't touched him.
Okay. Are you trying to get him to feel remorse or something?
I'm trying to put him on. I'm trying to put him as off center as possible. I don't care. I don't care if he feels remorse. I want to know why his people are starving. He's well fed, well coiffed, and his two battle buddies here are in similar states.
Hey, I'm in Texas.
Congratulations.
Sorry.
We'll leave a letter on
Just
for you.
figured I'd let you know. What?
We'll leave a letter on for you.
Oh.
Okay. He says, yeah, and definitely the people around are perking up and they're listening in as well. And he says, well, it's not, we can't feed everyone. We do what we can, and it's not, like I myself am bringing food and just withholding it.
Insight, is he bullshitting me? I wouldn't know. Well, I don't know, Matt. Do I have advantage because of the intimidation?
No.
Okay. That's gonna go.
Yeah. I mean, it's reasonable, and he doesn't seem to be trying to, spin a yarn. He says, I've got my farm, but what grows here is not. It's not all my land. But I'm worried that if something doesn't change, obviously I'll be ousted at the next election.
Whose land is it?
Well, I guess ultimately it's Duke Leto's.
Him again.
Yep. But they have their individual farms and they grow and they bring in. But as the tavern keep told you, they used to get a lot of food out of Bryn Melon, and that has recently stopped.
So everyone is blighted?
No, I mean there just is a higher level of impoverished people in here. There are people that are, they still relatively well off. All of the farmers, of course, they're going to have their own food, but not. It's just a higher level of poverty. I need 1 second. I'll be right back.
Dude, temperature just dropped.
Because Texas.
Yeah. I mean, I was all cozy and stuff, and then it dropped to 62 degrees outside, and I started freezing in here. I'm like, excuse you? Weird. So, before my companion put you on the spot, you were asking if we were adventurers. Are you in are you in search of adventurers to do something for you to
I think Jake
change
walked
your
away for a minute.
status? Okay.
I think he said he'd be back in a minute.
Okay. I didn't realize we were suspending everything
Well,
because we didn't when you left.
well, I'm not the DM.
Oh! I'm sorry. I thought you meant Jaxar. Dude.
No. I can.
I'm not the
Yes,
GM.
I have learned my lesson, and we are going to now feed everyone, and
I'm pretty.
things are better. And here's that ring you wanted, and a million zennies for everyone. Amen.
And so he's going to continue and need to. Well, that's why we were hoping that you were adventurers. We need someone to travel to Bryn Melon and find out why they've stopped with their foods, transporting food here. But it's too dangerous to send any regular messenger. The road has become a bit. He mentions that there's been kobold attacks, and he says we can't
I
send
hate those things.
we can't send troops because it's another duchy, and that might be seen as an act of aggression.
Ugh. How far off our beaten path is this going to take us?
But it's the next village. If you keep walking, you'll get there. So it's whether or not you actually want to engage when you're there or not.
So it's still going south.
Yep.
Send one of your people with us so that they can carry the message back when we have determined what the answer is.
Okay. He says
So that we may continue on our way without having to double back again.
All right. He says, Grimsley, get packed. Grimsley is one of the two people with him. He's a dwarf. He says, but it will still be a dangerous road on the return trip. So hopefully, when you do speak with them in Bryn Melon, they'll be able to provide some sort of escort as well. If you could keep that in mind.
Do you have horses? What?
Horses? We have. I myself have a couple horses. I'm sure you might be able to buy some off of a farmer here, or there's a stable just over there.
I am just thinking that if we send Grimly back by horse, perhaps he will be able to outrun whatever trouble he would meet with on the road.
They're not as keen on that, but if that's the only way that you'll do it, then that'll have to be the way it's done.
I will insist on accompanying Grimsley for when he gets packed. Because the last guide that was sent with me was a doppelganger.
All right. So you're going to go with
Makes
Grimsley
sense.
while he packs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And take a really careful and suspicious look around, inside and out. See if I can find any shallow graves.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
they didn't bury Edmund. They left him in his inn room.
Yeah, okay, well, okay, but just in case, because I'm not assuming, but
Yeah.
just in case I don't find a body inside.
Okay. Right. So he takes you to his home. It's near the town square, but not one of those main buildings. Says this is my home, and he introduces you to his dwarf wife. They embrace and they make their farewells, explaining that he'll be hopefully returning the next day. Packs some supplies and heads out with you.
All right.
And
I
at
don't
no
notice
point did
anything
it
suspicious?
be out of your. Nope.
What's that?
I was gonna say, at no point was he, out of sight, or did you hear like a, a blow to the back of the head, and then someone else comes out and like,
A
I'm
loud
Grimsley.
thud.
Right. There's no shallow graves in his backyard. Yeah.
His wife hasn't noticed him acting strange.
Nope.
Unless his wife is a doppelganger too. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Wow.
We're good.
This town is actually all doppelgangers.
I knew it!
Ugh.
But yeah, you return with him to the pit, where the other three of you, I guess, have been waiting.
I am going to ask the mayor before we part ways if he had noticed the Griffin Rider, and or if he knows anyone who did see the Griffin Rider fly off,
He
and if
says,
so, in
"Oh,
which
yeah.
direction."
Strange affair that don't normally see griffins or griffin riders around here. Saw it myself. He flew off and he points not quite south, a bit southeast, and so it's not quite along the road that you'll be taking, but it is in a southerly direction.
All right, but if I know that those lands that he was inquiring about are off in a southeasterly direction, then okay,
Yep.
we'd be taking this
Presumably he's
road
pointing-
anyway because it's the only road.
Yeah.
But we can find our way to those lands knowing their name.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
You'll be able to ask directions, and as you go, you're not gonna travel a month south and then be like, oh yeah, you guys should have turned off like 3 weeks ago. I don't know why you kept going. That's not gonna happen.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, come on, guys. At least it's fog and not a dust storm.
What you're traveling through? Oh, are other
Yeah.
drivers not doing good?
Oh no, they're just blocking the pathway. There's a tractor trailer in front of me, and then there's a diesel truck with a small trailer attached to it, and he is taking 4 bleeding ever to pass the semi. And it's like, really, dudes? It's 75 through here. You're going 70. Both of you need to be smacked in the back of the head. But at least we're not driving through a dust storm. I've driven through those. They're terrifying.
Yes.
Fog I can deal with. That's just wet.
He's going to tell you that the mayor of Bryn Mawr is Gerda Reese.
I hope somebody's writing these things down.
Nah.
I would normally be taking notes. I would normally be taking notes, but I can't.
I'm totally relying on you to remember them, Tara.
And of course, depending on what the reason why they've stopped sending, or why they've stopped selling food, to name drop him or not, and we'll leave that up to your discretion when you speak to Mayor Reese.
Okay. Presumably they have always had a good trading relationship with this town, and there's no real indication of why things might have changed.
Outside of
Other than
the
Duke
various-
Leto is drying everybody up.
Yeah, outside of the conflicts between the that's correct. He will confirm that for the most part, Bryn Mawr and Otterley have been neighborly and friendly, and they if the Dukes want to battle, that's up to them, and it's not their fault. They don't hold the grudge, but outside of the most recent conflict, they've been trading for generations.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to ask him about, or general musings before you head out? Oh, it is near dark. So do you want to leave the next day or?
Probably better to leave the next day, I would say.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't feel like I don't fancy the idea of kobolds in the dark.
Sure. So the next morning, after a night in the presumably actually the mayor will put you up for helping. He'll give you lodging for the night.
Cool.
The next morning you set out with Grimsley. It's a nice bright day. You travel along the road continues along the river for a bit before it bends and begins to turn east, towards the inland of the kingdom and away from the water. And also rises out from, there's an incline up from the valley that Adderley was in. Let's take a quick roll here. Okay. As you get close to the border of the two duchies, it's the border because there's a fort on the Brynmeln side, and the soldiers eye you suspiciously as you pass from behind the walls, and there's a few out on the road as well, but they don't stop you or harass you in any way. But they are definitely there, and it looks like there's quite a few of them as well for the size of the fort.
Are they wearing anyone's colors or sigils specifically?
More importantly, are they wearing anyone else's skin?
You.
They're all doppelgangers again.
Ah, I'm leaving.
Wow. Hey, honey, I'm 25 miles from Greystone Manor.
Okay.
East of it, but
Yeah, there you go.
So this is Duke Davis's lands, so they're wearing his covered colors. It's a green and blue, and their coat of arms is it's an owl, the animal that's represented on it, with spread wings. Brynmeln itself is quite a large. It's not a large city, but it is bigger than Womborn and Adderley were there. You just looking at it as you approach, I think maybe about 1,000 people in it. Thereabouts.
1,000 people, still just a town.
Yeah, it's not huge, but it's definitely it'll definitely have more than the villages that you've been going through so far.
Will it have a temple of the shield?
Probably, yeah. As one of the major villages, then the larger villages and cities will have those. You won't see the sort of minor deities up until you get to like the really big cities.
Right.
You might see one or two, but they're all represented everywhere.
Okay.
So it'll have temples. The shields tend to be like fortification style. So it might be like a keep or just a castle in some of the bigger areas. Yeah. Surprisingly, as you traveled though, you don't note any danger on the road. You didn't spot any kobolds as you passed through. There was actually pretty sparse travel in general. There's not a lot of people going to or from these villages on this road. Other than the fort with the soldiers, you didn't see anyone.
As we passed through the land, did we notice anything about the crops? Did things seem like they were brown and sere? Uh, did things look lush? I mean, does it look like they are suffering at all?
Right. So, as for the first 6 hours or so of walking, things seem pretty all right. There's things are growing and it's fine. As you got closer to Bryn Melon, you do know that the vegetation, the trees and general foliage does have a withered, almost sickly look to it.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, and Bryn Melon also has, the farmland stretches out from the village proper, and similar. Their crops don't look like they're doing too great.
This is unfortunate.
This place does not look happy.
No, it does not.
No, as you pass through the streets, as you enter the town, you see the people do look like they're they're famished. They're not quite to the point of emaciation, but they definitely look like there's hunger in the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I feel like we need a cleric.
people eye you with envy as you pass by. It's clear that you four are well off, and but no one moves towards you or tries anything like that. But they definitely look at you with envy.
Do any of the soldiers engage with us at all?
No, there isn't a, there you see guards. The buildings further out from the middle of the town, they're just out and in the open. At a certain point, you will come to a walled portion of the city, and that is where the guards will ask what your business is. They ask who you are, where you're coming from, and why you have come to Bryn Melon.
Are they all human?
No, you see a mattering of different races. It's mostly human, but
Do I have any contacts in this region? From my ear to the ground background?
yeah, you would. Let me take a quick look at that just to make sure.
Thank you for responding to that, honey.
You're welcome. No, a friend of ours is pinging to find out where Tara is.
Yeah, there's someone in the city that you know by the name of Mars.
I lost you on that.
Yeah, your contact. You know someone named Marcel in in Bryn Melon.
Okay, Marcel. Okay.
Yep. Half-orc woman.
Okay. Well, I look at the group and I say, yeah, I know somebody we can go talk to.
She can be located at the empty tankard. It is outside of the walled portion of the city.
Okay.
And might I say, well, no, it's kind of a terrible name for a tavern, if I say so myself. But
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly bode well.
So let's all. It's been a long trip out here. Let's go grab a drink, everybody.
if you can find one in the empty tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you head over there. It's it's clear that it's the one because it has a painting of a tankard and there's not a drop of liquid in it. On entering, it is poorly lit. It's very dim inside. You see a couple groups of people. They're huddled together. They look kind of rough and tumble sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And they, no one's looking up and smiling at you as you enter. It's more, suspicion and
Oh, they don't want to
clarity.
make friends. How
Doesn't seem
rude.
that way.
How rude.
This is your element, Havlock.
I know.
You take the lead on this.
Go. Thank you for permission. Go grab a drink.
You don't see any
Not
half-orcs
what
in
I
here.
meant.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, what was that?
You don't see any half-orcs.
Okay. Go over to the bar.
Yep. Barkeep asks you what you want. Very gruff and to the point.
Mm-hmm. Order a round of ales for my group.
Okay.
And I said
Sets
I'm
them
looking for Marcel.
He looks you up and down. It doesn't take very long.
No. As he's looking me up and down, I start to just kind of like looking around the room, and I using thieves' cant, which
Okay.
is
Yep,
you're familiar
I'm
with thieves' cant,
familiar.
yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I played a rogue. I
Okay,
love
we
thieves' cant.
weave into the idle chit chat that I'm having with him the fact that I'm looking for my contact, and I'll make it worth his while if he would just stop eyeballing me and point me to where I need to go.
Okay.
Let's see if he picks up on it.
Sure. Are you saying this like aloud so everyone can hear, or just the bar?
Just the barkeep.
Okay. So he will respond. Oh, God. Basically, he tells you that you should have said so in the first place, and that you're welcome to head to the back. And he gestures to a door leading further
Okay.
into the building.
Okay, I slide him a silver because I keep my word.
All right.
And then I said, drink up, folks. I'll be back in a few.
Okay. And what are you looking for with this meeting with your contact?
Want to find out what specifically has been going on right now. I mean, obviously there's a blight. Obviously there are people going hungry. Did this start recently? Has it been going on for a while? Was there some sort of action that? Yeah. Is there something that actually happened that caused this, or was this more of a gradual thing?
Sure. Okay. All right. That sounds good. So then I think this is probably a good place to stop, and we'll
Okay.
pick it up with you heading into the back next session.
Cool. Sounds good.
Cool.
All right. And I'll try to get
Hooray!
the write up today or
Right.
tomorrow, rather than waiting
Okay.
until 2 days before.
Okay, folks, I would love to stay in chat. I've got a lot of homework to do and not a lot of time to do it in. So I will
Yep.
talk to you all later. Tara, I'll see you in a couple hours, but be safe.
Yes, I will.
All right, bye-bye.